thank you for checking into another episode of the Rondell podcast, episode number 20. And today we are here with LeeAysia. Welcome to the show, LeeAysia. Let's give you a round of applause here.
Thank you.
So, first I just want to ask, like, how are things? How's your mental health?
My mental health is very good. I think that after college, I made it a priority to feed my mental health on a daily, on a weekly. So, as of now, my mental health is definitely good.
Good. How long have you been out of college?
I graduated in December of 2020.
2020. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So about 3 years.
Still a little kid.
Right.
Okay. You're a yoga instructor?
Yoga instructor, yes.
And you're getting into fitness as well?
Absolutely. Speed and agility was something that in college I picked up on because I seen the results from my coach. Mm-hmm. I used to hate walking into the gym and seeing the ladder and seeing the hurdles, but seeing the results from it is what definitely made me want to get into it for sure. So speed and agility and then some strength and conditioning for sure.
Okay. And it's a small world. So we were both, in here, up here in Greensboro. I'm originally from a little town called Laurinburg, and she actually went to St. Andrews, which is a college there.
Right.
It's a very small town, nothing there.
Literally.
How did you? Are you from Greensboro?
I am from Greensboro. I was born and raised in Greensboro. My freshman year, I went down to St. Andrews. And then from there, I transferred to Columbus State University. That was like 15 minutes from Alabama, so it was far south. Yeah, okay. It's far south.
How did you, I guess coming from Greensboro is not considered a big city, but coming from like a city to Little Laurinburg, country town, like how was that for you? How was that transition?
It wasn't much of an adjustment. I think that my biggest adjustment that needed to be made was being away from my mom, being away from my family. But I kind of got a little taste of that going to a private school my senior year of high school. I went to Forest Trail Academy, just strictly a basketball school. We literally traveled like AAU. So one weekend we were in Kentucky, one weekend we were in Tennessee, one weekend we were in New York, just, for basketball. So I think that and then it was kind of like you could stay on campus at the school. So I think that kind of got me the good transition that I needed going into my freshman year. So it wasn't much of an adjustment going there.
Okay. So what sports were you into?
In college?
Yeah, in college.
Just basketball. Just basketball, yeah.
Have you ever done anything else?
Yeah, well, before college, I was a soccer player. I really loved soccer. I wish I would have stuck with soccer, honestly. But other than that, it's just been basketball my whole life, honestly.
Okay. So we actually did a shoot, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Right.
At this point. You were really ripped. I didn't realize that. I guess I didn't associate like yoga with somebody being so. Is that from yoga or do you weight train?
I'm gonna be honest. The yoga is what definitely toned me. I definitely do weight training. I lift a lot. But the yoga is what did it. Practicing pincha, which is standing on my head. Okay. That's what really got my back to how it is and got my arms to how it is now. Yoga definitely does play a part. People don't think that, but it does.
So I actually over the last month and a half, I've lost about 20 pounds.
That's great.
Yeah, I was very happy about that.
Yeah.
I saw you, it just made me feel fat. But I do want to ask. So with me losing that 20 pounds, it didn't come from the gym. I really just changed my eating.
Yeah.
So I would like to ask you, what's a typical day of eating for you?
If I'm being honest, I cut out meat. I cut out beef and pork over a decade ago. Chicken, I cut it out once I first went to Columbus State in 2018. So now I'll eat fish from time to time. I'll do some salmon. I'll do some shrimp. But realistically, it's just vegetables and fruit. Yes, typically vegetables and fruit. And a lot of people don't think that your diet has a lot to play with how your body is. It has everything to do with how your body is. So I take pride in, and I wouldn't say that I'm a vegetarian or I'm a vegan or anything. I just eat clean. I eat healthy. Whatever I'm feeling, I'm not going to do no chicken or no beef. But I will... I eat what I typically feel like eating. Most of the time, it is fruits and veggies.
So I hear a lot of people that they kind of go. Now I totally agree with pork, but beef and chicken. I hear people that say I don't eat that, but they eat shrimp. How do you justify that?
And that's so crazy because me and one of my close friends, she was just saying that she's getting away from shrimp because it's a bottom feeder and things like that. I definitely agree with you, but what I can say is shrimp is less processed, less hormones than any than any chicken or any beef that you will put on your plate.
I can see that. But you ever seen that little black
devein? Absolutely. And that's why it's important to devein.
I heard that was not really a vein, though. I heard that.
No, it's poop.
Yeah. So.
But that's why it's called deveining. You take that out. You cut the shrimp in the middle. You take that out, and that's deveining the shrimp. I mean, it is still nasty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I would rather, like I said, than a cow that's stressed out, and now I'm taking on his hormones or her hormones, and now I'm stressed and I'm sad, and I don't even know why.
What if it's from a farm? Like, if it's a farm raised,
then
would you eat that?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. I don't do anything farm raised, including like the shrimp and the salmon.
No. I don't mean like big industry. I mean like somebody's grandfather has a cow and he slaughters that cow, and it's raised on the land.
I can't.
Yeah, when you said mostly fruits and vegetables, that's kind of what I've been reading up on. And, since like early July. I kind of made a change about mid-July. And are you familiar with this guy named Yaki?
Yaki Awaken, absolutely.
I've been watching him, this YouTube channel called A Healthy Alternative. It's all about fasting and kind of changing.
That's good.
They don't really eat meat either. For me personally, I thought that was impossible.
Right.
But, I'm having meat maybe on average like 2 or 3 days now.
That's good.
2 days a week.
That's good.
Versus multiple times every day.
Right.
My whole life. So I just think it's interesting. Like I said, I dropped 20 pounds.
Yeah. Just from the diet change.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the whole thing that kind of initiated it was I got diagnosed with high blood pressure. I was having like headaches and feeling really fatigued. And then one day I had some like a heart palpitation. I thought I was having a heart attack.
Wow.
So I made a doctor's appointment. And they were like, yeah, your numbers are up.
Yeah.
Went in for a follow-up. Numbers were still up. Within 2 weeks so for that first week, I did nothing but fruit.
Yeah.
And then the second week, I was doing like smoothies with fruits and vegetables.
Right.
Blood pressure went right back.
I'm telling you.
And it's been that way.
That's good. I actually my dad, I don't know if you know my dad, but same. He actually took some high blood pressure pills from his sister, my aunt. Had to go to the hospital. And since then I introduced beets to him. And I don't know if you know, beets are really, really good for high blood pressure. A very natural way to kind of reduce that. And so at first he was taking the juices and stuff like that, and he didn't really like it. But now he takes the capsules and he takes them. He does not miss a beat with that, just because it's a natural way of healing, you know?
Yeah. Coming back to the yoga instructor. So I know you're working with AWOL Fitness.
I am.
You guys, AWOL is owned by Lynch Hunt. I did an interview with him a few months ago. I'll link it up here if you want to check that out. Awesome guy. But I wanted to ask, like, how did you meet Lynch? How did that whole collaboration?
Crazy. So I went to the I Am King luncheon hosted by Will Hussey. I don't know if you knew. Okay. And I heard him talking at the event, and I'm like, this guy reads. I can tell that we read some of the same books, and that's what stuck with me. And so afterwards, me being me, I like to put myself in the right environment. I feel like that's what really matters. The rooms you're in is what really matters. And so immediately after the event, I went up and introduced myself. Hey, my name's LeeAysia Williamson. I loved your speech. I followed you on Instagram. And that was it. And he was like, okay, well, that's cool. You know, I'll give you a follow back. And later that night, I guess he saw that I did yoga and asked me, you know, or said that he was inquiring about a yoga instructor at his gym. And I was just like, whoa, like crazy. Yeah. So we linked up, had a meeting with me, him and his wife. And then from there, like I told them, everything just felt right. You know what I'm saying? It felt like I was supposed to be there. It was something that I prayed for. So that's kind of how the connection started.
Funny story about that. We talked off mic about me being like into photographing sports and fitness. So I saw you come in. I was there filming Lynch. I saw you come in, And I saw you had, I think you had your arms out.
Right.
And I was like, she's toned. I was going to shoot her. Then like a week and a half later, Lynch calls me. He's like, yo, I got some new trainers coming in. I need you to do a photo shoot.
Yeah. I
show up and you're there. Small world.
Right. Literally.
So when you're leading a class with 20 plus people, like, are you nervous?
I'm gonna be real. So I think that I sometimes, yes, but I think of it as the same nervousness that I used to get when I played basketball. It wasn't a nervousness of, oh my God, I can't do it. It was like the nervousness of, I guess, just my adrenaline and being happy and knowing that I put in the work and I've prepared for this type of thing, type of rush. I don't think that it's nervousness. But yeah, it's definitely something that I feel like it keeps me humble too. Yeah. You know, when I feel that I'm like, okay, I really do care about this. I really am passionate about this. You know what I'm saying? Because I have this feeling, you know. Yeah.
Do you have a preset, I guess, like kind of what positions you're going to have them go in? Or is that on the block?
So typically with my classes, and this is for my strength and conditioning, this is anything, I typically ask my clients how they feel. That's the most important thing, because if I'm leading a yoga session and it has nothing to do with how you're feeling, I don't feel like it's that beneficial. You know what I'm saying? So if I feel like, or you tell me, hey, I had a long week, we're probably going to do some more gentle yoga. We're probably going to do some hatha. We're going to do some meditation. Now, if you're telling me I feel empowered or, you know, I'm feeling good, we're going to get into some vinyasa. Okay. So, and that's just basically more movement with the breath. So it really just depends on how the class is feeling. Honestly, that's what I base it off of.
I know nothing about yoga. The most I know is from P90X.
Oh wow!
Have you ever did P90X?
I've heard of P90X. I never did it.
It was big. Well, you're a lot younger than me, so it was big in like 07, 08. It was huge.
Crazy, yeah.
So you were like really young.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they had like different workouts each day. It was
okay.
Like, it was coming like a DVD set.
Gotcha.
It was like 8 discs or 7 discs or something like that. You would have a different one every day.
Gotcha.
And I think like the last day of the week would be yoga.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah.
It was really basic poses.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, yoga's a good, and for it to be at the end of your workout, I assume it was like a recovery thing. Yeah. No, people definitely think of yoga as something that is like tiring, and which it can be. But I look at yoga as recovery. Like I said, I played basketball in college, so it was something that definitely got my mental right as well as my physical. You know what I'm saying? Even with the first class that I did at AWOL, it was a lot of people that felt like, hey, I got this tension in my body and I had no clue. You know what I'm saying? And I have all this emotion stored up and I did not know why. You know what I'm saying? So I think that yoga is definitely a good recovery and just all around good practice to engage in.
Are all your sessions like group sessions, or do you do one-on-ones?
So I do do one-on-ones, customizable packages that fit to your schedule. And then I also do like at the AWOL where you can come and drop in if you want to.
Okay. So is this your full time?
Yes.
Like training?
Yes.
Okay. That's nice. I love people that kind of jump out there and take that risk.
Yeah. It was a risk, definitely. I came from running a mental and behavioral group home for mental and behavioral clients. And it was cool. It was cool while I was doing it. I think I got tired of it fast, which is understandable with, you know. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it definitely prepared me to be more patient and everything and learn different communication skills with the clients that I have now. But yeah, no, I've definitely got entrepreneurship in my blood through and through.
How long have you been full time?
So at the start of this year, honestly. Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do you go about like handling your marketing?
So now I am really, really pushing content creation, posting stuff on Instagram.
I've seen you.
Yeah. And it's so crazy because I was in a shell for a really long time. I was the type of girl that was like, I'm not posting on social media. Like, I don't want to post. I don't want my face and stuff, you know? And I think, I don't know, I just kind of hit something. And it was just like, okay, like, let's just run it. Let's just do it, you know? So I'm constantly posting on Twitter. I'm constantly posting on Facebook, constantly posting on Instagram. And I think that the biggest thing that I've seen, the biggest difference is consistently posting.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, definitely.
Are you on YouTube?
I am not.
You should start your YouTube channel.
I should open up a YouTube, get a YouTube going.
The call you heard a minute ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I helped him build his channel from basically nothing to over 100,000
Oh wow.
in 3 years.
And that can get monetized, right?
Yeah, he's you heard. Yeah.
Shoo. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been telling Lynch that too. Like he's heavy on Instagram.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you need to put that intensity into
YouTube. Yeah.
Like it's crazy. You can make a living on YouTube.
Off that, yeah. I agree.
I know another guy that he started a channel in 2020 about like mental health. And he was posting maybe like a year and a half later. He was saying that I could retire.
Wow.
Like he's a real estate agent. He's like, I could stop.
Wow.
Just off I think he has over 1 million subs now on there and TikTok.
Wow.
Like just the money he makes off those platforms.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he does like one-on-one coaching. He flew out to Australia beginning of the year to talk at some conference.
See, now that's dope. Yeah, that's dope. I can see it. I can definitely see me being on YouTube. I don't know. I feel like I just don't need to put too much thought into it and just do it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the biggest hurdle with me personally is like I'm a perfectionist. So I like for everything to be like boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way.
Yeah. And I feel like even with the content creation, like I hit a point where I was just like, I'm just posting. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care type thing.
Like, I meet a lot of people in the industry I'm in. They'll ask me questions like, what I need to do to get started and things like that. And I'm like, just get started.
Yeah.
Because I wasted like 3 or 4 years trying to like, I got to get this certain camera before I start. I got to just whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, that's wasted time.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a guy I watch. He just does like movie reviews. His biggest video to date was like his first post.
Oh, wow.
And he said he took a phone. He took his phone, set it up. He didn't know nothing about editing, nothing. He just filmed it on his phone raw and posted it. He went on a rant about Batman versus Superman.
No way.
He went on a rant about how trash it was.
No way.
Shut up.
What?
Yep. And he tells you, he's like, I didn't know what I was doing. Like,
yeah.
It was a year or so before he actually bought a camera and really started learning how to edit and all these things.
Yeah.
That's just an example of
just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Don't
definitely.
worry about a topic. I hear people like, I don't know what to make a video about.
Yeah.
Most times it's gonna change anyway.
Yeah.
Like even with the yoga, you might say, all right, I'm gonna start with yoga. 6 months down the road, it might be a whole different
lane. Yeah.
You as you make videos, you start to figure out different things.
Right.
You'll read comments. So you might say, oh, my audience wants me to talk about this thing.
Right.
And then you find out you like talking about this thing.
Right.
So all that to say, trying to be perfect or figure it out.
Yeah.
You're wasting time. You really are.
So get to it, basically. Gotcha.
So a little bit off. Well, one other question about what you do. Like, what's your ultimate goal? Like, what do you see yourself in 5 years?
Ultimately, I see myself completely retired. I do not see myself training individually. I see myself for getting booked for big schools, big universities, coming out to do strength and agility, speed and conditioning, and then some active recovery with the yoga as well. Just all around elite programs for elite universities and schools. Okay. And then also with my brand, I definitely want to push out some merch for sure. For sure.
Speaking of your brand, so I saw from your, I'm assuming the page I follow.
That's my personal.
So, okay. So I saw, because when I was looking to tag you in the photos.
Right.
I saw you had a business page, right?
Right.
But it don't look active over there.
It isn't. So recently I just once I started working with Lynch, I was telling him that, most of my traffic is on my personal page. Like the business page is growing, but not like I want it to. And he just basically gave me, and that's one thing about Coach Lynch, like he is definitely like willing to give you free game, something I definitely admire. But he told me to, just kind of switch over to my personal page because that's where most of my traffic is. Now, as far as my business page, like I said, I plan to have merch really by the end of this year. I really want to be pushing like my suits, my jackets, journals, different things like that. So that's what Divine Activation business page will be for. Still posting stuff on my personal.
Okay. All right. So outside of work and professionalism, like who is LeeAysia? Like, what are you into?
Everything. I am into a lot of spontaneous stuff. Like, if you call me and say, hey, let's go climb a mountain, I'm down. If you say, hey, let's go to the park and paint, I'm down. So I'm really just into a lot of stuff that kind of feeds my mind in a creative way that also challenges me. I read a lot, watch a lot of YouTube.
I watch YouTube more than like television.
Yeah, I actually I don't engage in television much. I watched a Netflix series the other weekend. I haven't logged into Netflix in so long, but I watched Live to 100. I don't know if you heard that.
I haven't heard of that.
But I definitely recommend it. It's good. And like I said, I don't watch Netflix and stuff like that. I'm typically on YouTube watching Yaki Awaken, 19 Keys. Dr. Kava Kamim. Just a lot of different things that, like I said, feed my mind, feed my creativity, and also challenges me.
Okay. Do you go to the movies? You go out?
I have not been to the movies since before COVID.
Really?
Definitely.
So you haven't seen none of the latest films? Video games?
See, now I used to play Call of Duty with my brother. Listen, I was a Call of Duty fanatic, okay? I think it was World at War was my favorite one. I think it might have been. That's one where they had the zombies and everything.
I stopped playing Black Ops 2.
Okay.
It probably was like 2013.
It was a minute ago. I remember Black Ops 2.
Yeah, they burned me out because they started coming out every year.
Yeah.
And I got burned out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. You said you like to read. Mm-hmm. Give me 3 books that the people should check out.
Atomic Habits. Then it also depends on what you're into. But I would definitely recommend Atomic Habits. I would recommend The Seat of the Soul. One last one. I guess this is kind of basic, but Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I feel like it changed my mind a lot when it came to, like I said, entrepreneurship and working for somebody. I think that is, if you are into reading and really trying to like level up and you feel like you're just getting started in entrepreneurship, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is cliche, but it is necessary for sure.
Do you invest or anything?
So that's crazy. About 2 years ago, I was in network marketing. I was doing IML. Do you know what that is? So it's basically the Forex people. I was one of them. Yeah, I was one of those people.
I used to play, man.
And see, I think that's what made me kind of get back into a shell when I finished it, is because I felt like that. Is people didn't like us. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I feel like it did kind of put a mental block on me, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that is something, that's why I said it depends on what you're into, depending on what books I'm naming to you. But yeah, no, I definitely felt that.
Did you make money?
I did, but nothing that would put me ahead right now. You know what I'm saying?
So those Instagrammers were capping?
No, because you had people that were, like, think about it like a business. It's like any other business. You got your boss who is making big time money. Then you got somebody up under him that's making some good money. Then you got people up under them who are the employees that's making, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of the same concept. I would not have traded that experience for anything in the world. Like, literally, I feel like that is why I am so confident. I feel like that is why I can deliver how I want to when speaking. I know, like I said, what rooms to be in. Because had I not done network marketing, I don't think I would have introduced myself to Coach Lynch. Definitely.
So why Forex versus stock market or crypto?
So the reason I personally With the stock has to be doing well typically for you to make profit, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's a long-term game, though.
Okay, right. But the only way that you can profit is if it's doing well.
I won't say that because basically, probably since you've been born, like, you can almost guarantee your percentage over time. Like, okay, if you're doing like single stocks, yeah, you might lose you might lose everything. But if you're investing in like mutual funds,
right,
they traditionally go up.
Right. So again, you only make profit if it goes up. With Forex, you're trading currencies. So it's always going to be a currency that weighs more than another currency. So whether a currency is going up or whether currency is going down, you're able to make money. I'm not opposed to stocks at all. Like, investing is investing. You know what I'm saying? It's all a skill. But with Forex, it's more liquidity. You know what I'm saying? It's more equity that can be traded.
Wouldn't that also make it more riskier?
It would. Absolutely. Absolutely. Investing is risky, period. No matter which way you go about it. You know what I'm saying? Hoping to get that return on your investment is a risk, period. You know, I just think that, like I said, with that, it's more ways to make money. You know what I'm saying? Why do you say you didn't like Forex people?
I don't know. I just felt like they were
overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, and then even if it worked, it could be the best thing ever. Mm-hmm. The way it was presented, it made me skeptical.
Exactly.
I was just seeing like the Instagram model that I've known as an Instagram model for the last 5 years. All of a sudden, now she got a Forex thing in her bio, and she's putting it. I'm like, it just seemed like cap.
Yeah, nah, definitely. And it was people that definitely capped, who were definitely living a lie. I know that my leaders, per se, I know that they're still doing well, simply because with what they were doing, they put themselves in position, like the company crashed and everything. Well, I'm not even going to say it crashed, but a lot of people left. And so I know that even still with them leaving, they're still doing well. They put themselves in a position to make sure that, okay, this money I'm getting, I don't just want it to look good. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually doing something with it. But then you had people who were just capping, and you could definitely see it for sure.
I think I felt it. Like, and not to just knock on them. It's the same thing with I invest in crypto, but it was the same thing with the crypto market. Like 2020, 2021, everybody's crypto.
Yeah.
As soon as it took a dip, people stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you really are into this, don't stop talking about it when it ain't doing good.
And that was my thing, like with crypto. I feel like when I was actually doing the network marketing, I wasn't truly educated, because I can say the way I trade now is not the way I traded when I was doing retail trading with IML. And then same as crypto. I did not even understand that the last 2 years was a bearish market. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So of course, the stuff you putting in, you're probably not going to see the profit that you want to. You know what I'm saying? And then understanding that it has different levels. Like I said, the last 2 years were bearish. It's expecting to be bullish here soon. You know what I'm saying? The same thing it did with Bitcoin. Right. But I think the education part is what I'm most grateful for, not just with the crypto or the market charts and all of that. I think it's more of, like I said, knowing what rooms to be in, the confidence to have, being able to deliver. Because like you said, it was the delivery that made you skeptical. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that is really, really big, especially being behind my own brand now. Just super, super grateful for that opportunity, for sure.
You seem like you know a little bit about money. So like, how do you handle like inflation, like in your business? Does that alter what you may be thinking to charge somebody?
I'm gonna be honest. With me starting this year, I have not seen a difference. I will say that now that I have the papers behind me, the certifications, it did make me up the price for sure. You know, once you have that certification, it's like you have no reason to really question me or question what I can do. You see that I put in the work for it, and I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I think the certification is what made the price go up for me, for sure.
Yeah, that was something that it took me a while. Like the first couple of years of my business. Yeah. Like even when I got really good at photography, and like I highly sought after. Like,
Yeah.
in the city, but I was charging nickels and dimes.
Yeah.
Because I was afraid. I was afraid to ask for that big number.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Now, if you know that your quality ain't there, and whatever it is you do, if you know you're not the best, then don't try to,
Yeah.
price yourself out. But if you're delivering excellent service, don't be afraid.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Ask for what you want. So before we get out of here, if anybody wants to check you out, if anybody wants to book you, like where can they find you?
So my website page is divineactivationco.com. You can book through that site. And then on Instagram, you can find me at Poise, Poise.
I didn't know what that said. I was like, posing?
Poison.
You got to explain that, right?
I was hoping I didn't have to. Honestly, it was like towards the end of IML, and honestly, like I said, a lot of people left. And so I was just thinking, okay, just be poised, Lee. Just be poised. Just be poised. And I don't know if you've heard the saying, like, faith is a substance for all things hoped for.
Yeah.
And I felt like me being poised in that season, that's kind of where that name came from. I just added an end on it, honestly. You poison. And it kind of just stuck. I haven't changed it.
Okay. And spell that for the people?
POISE.N__.
All right. That's Instagram.
And then on Facebook, you can find me at LeeAysia Williamson, LeeAysia Williamson.
No TikTok?
No TikTok.
What?
No. I no TikTok.
Why? You say that like it's a reason.
I feel like TikTok is a lot. It probably is somewhere that I should start putting my stuff, but I feel like TikTok is a lot. I feel like
you can post the same content you posted on Instagram, you can put on TikTok. The same video. Same captions.
And then I can't even say that most of my traffic is on Instagram because that's the only place I post. So of course it's gonna be, maybe I should.
I think you should.
Okay.
It's still, it's not as much as it was, but it's still kind of organic.
Yeah.
Versus, TikTok and Facebook. It's like nobody sees your post.
Really? Yeah. No, the algorithm is crazy.
Yeah.
The algorithm is crazy.
You can be found easier on TikTok. Like
Okay.
It's not as great as it was a couple of years ago, but it's still it's a lot better than Instagram. Instagram's dead.
Really? Oh.
If you ain't buying ads, if you're not already
popular
or buying ads.
See, but I feel like I had a friend, and this is just me watching him and kind of seeing for myself. Posting consistently is what gets that algorithm on your side. You know what I'm saying? Like multiple times a week. What do you think?
I would have said yes to that 2 years ago, a year ago. Mm-hmm. But even today, I don't know, man.
My brother started his page in June, and this is just like a obsessive motivation. That's what it's called, obsessive motivation. And he just takes, like how we're doing an interview right now, he'll take a clip from there and screen record it, put the captions on there and post it. Started it in June. He's at 15,000 followers. He posted every single day.
Okay.
He started out doing twice a day. And so now he does just once a day. And it's grown 15,000.
Okay. Is it monetized?
No, not yet. Not yet. But I know that if he keeps going, he can be monetized through that just from posting clips from somebody else's video, which is crazy.
Oh, that's actually that's a business model. Is it an informational page? It's I see ads on that, like people that they teach you how to create those and get.
Really? Monetized? Yeah.
Because you can get basically what Shade Room is.
Exactly what Shade. Yep. Exactly what Shade Room is. Yep.
Once you get like enough of a following, they'll charge people, $10,000, $15,000 to place an ad on there.
That's crazy.
So do you ever sometimes see ads on there like a business?
On his page?
No, like on Shade Room.
I don't follow Shade Room.
Oh.
Or Justin LA Boy.
Okay. Well, basically like that. Let's say, so I create one of those pages and then you got an ad or commercial. You want me to post it on my page.
Right. I would pay you
Pay like
to
10 to 15K.
Yeah.
And if you look, you'll see those pages post maybe 3 to 4 ads a day.
Right. Yeah. Nah, facts that add
You see what
up.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the actual. Me and my homeboy was talking about starting one of those. But
Yeah.
his first thing was, man, you got to post every day, like multiple
Yeah.
times a day.
Like he literally was going crazy with it, like 2 times a day. He started off with that.
That's pretty dope.
It is.
I don't got that kind of time.
Yeah, and I think that, like I told you, he's just now getting into like cinematography and all of that, and so
He's still
he was he still is full-time trader. So he is like fully full. Like I'm invested, but he's like invested. And I'm proud of that. Like even when I told you about, I'm proud to be his sister, you know. But yeah, no, he just needed something to kind of take his mind off of trading, because if you rely on, you know, investing and expecting to see it right then and there, it will drive you crazy and you'll be in a hole. And so that's kind of, you know, where he was, and was just like, I need to take my mind off this. I need something to do. And so I told you, he picked up the camera and just different film aspects. And he's really been doing it. He's been doing it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I appreciate you coming on.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Great interview. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you made it to the end, give me a like, share, leave a comment. If you wanted to come back on, let me know. But yeah, that's it. I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace. All right.
Cool.
That wasn't bad, right?
Yeah.